What a wonderful story. Take her in the emergency room. Okay, and she sits and watches the world put like a ice on her face. Wait, she's already a million people. And so anyway, back to
Hello.
Well, I just realized
so we just went up and we were like, hey, kid.
Rex, yes, I saw that. Yeah, from the employers. What? I was just like, who are you?
Oh yeah, right into the sun.
Good. It's called the spotlight.
It's good.
A spotlight on the whole.
That's what I used to
How's
say.
everyone doing?
You can sit on my,
Do we bring a mat?
It doesn't. Look.
And we haven't got a text. I think I'm
just do the sound check. How's everyone doing? Louder? Okay?
That's great.
Could be a tiny bit louder. Could be a tiny bit louder.
Keep talking into it just so we can test. Testing. Is that better? Hello. That's good. Do we want this? I don't even know where I'm okay. You use it. You That's all right. Thank you. Everyone wants to hear some stuff. I appreciate it. Okay. I wasn't projecting very much before. Can you guys hear the guitar at all? Barely?
That's not too bad. It's pretty good.
How about if I use a pick? There's
Tough sounds.
This is the debate we have on Bubba.
I'll take one.
I don't think these buttons are alright.
I'm gonna use my brain. Maddie! And just
In our other guitar case.
Yeah, I'll take the napkin.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's hard to believe that about half an hour ago we were eating in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
It was, this question, should we do it? Should we not? Should we stick with it? I kept saying, have faith. Have faith, the sun will come. And I mean, it really is a part of Vancouver, isn't it? That around 5 or 6 o'clock is the nicest time of the day in the summer. And so to be here together and to welcome Shabbat in such a beautiful setting with old friends, with new friends, and some who are visiting from out of town, we're so glad you're here. We're just gonna be together and be in Shabbat. So we're gonna follow our kind of nice, brief musical Kabbalat Shabbat service. If you have one of the little Sidurim, you can turn to page 2. If you don't have one but would like, there are many little plastic boxes on the table. Join together with Cantor Cohen in Lechuna Ranana atop of page 2.
Thank you.
So, do you know why it's very Jewish to be out here in the great outdoors for Shabbat? Well, Kabbalat Shabbat, the service with all the words of these psalms, was actually created outside by the Kabbalists, the mystics in Tzfat in Israel, who wanted to greet Shabbat by going out into the fields under the moon and singing these words, these psalms, these prayers. So we're living that tradition for Kabbalat Shabbat. We're going to turn to Lechadodi. It has lots of verses, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about the words. Just yell aloud or the words. That's good too. When we get to that last verse, we're going to stand and face what direction? Rabbi Brown?
I mean, I think most of us came that way.
The direction we came from. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. So get ready now. We give the cue. We'll stand. reading. And turn to page 4 as we continue with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, and still facing toward the east. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai Morach Le'olam Va'ed. Now you can be seated. Every evening and every morning when we gather in prayer, we always have these two blessings before the Shema. They're slightly different depending on the time of day, but they're both start with a blessing on the theme of creation, of the wonders of the world around us. And definitely being out here at Spanish Banks on such a beautiful night, it reminds us to be just in that place of awe and gratitude for all of the beauty that surrounds us. So we're going to do the Roll into Dark version of Ma'ariv Arali. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to forever. Day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roleh yom halayla, roleh or mipnei choshech, roleh or mipnei choshech. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלצך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך, וקשרת מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. 5 in the middle, Michamot. Ready to clap. All around. Michamocha. Michamocha va'elim Adonai. Michamocha va'elim Kodesh. Nora tehillah kodesh. Nora tehillah
Hashkiveinu. Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Leshalom. Lehamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. Frost aleinu Sukkot Shlom Lecha. Frost aleinu Sukkot Shlom Lecha. I know a lot of our young people here are almost done with school. You can taste it. It's so close. And there's something about getting ready for a break that fills you with anticipation. But that first moment when the bell rings when you're done is like the greatest thing in the world, isn't it? You probably remember that even from... Is that a question? It's a statement. Okay. But Shabbat is kind of like that. We get this opportunity to just have a break. When Friday night comes, we get to just put away the books, put away all the responsibilities, put away the pressures, step out from what has been maybe even, I don't know, still get those nightmares about forgetting an exam or something like that. But Shabbat is this taste of freedom. And I hope that our summer gives us a chance, just in general, a breather and a break. It's been a hard year. But at least tonight, let's be grateful to have this beautiful Shabbat to enter into, to join in Visham. Everyone to please stand as we continue with the Amidah, beginning at the very bottom of page 5. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftachu fi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Koneh Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. אתה גידול לעולם אדוני, וחיי מתים ותרב להושיע. מוריד הטל, מחכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. צומח נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגאות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממיז ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, למען אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי המתים. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום ילדוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. Be seated. We're going to take just a few moments for our own silent prayer.
So you can't touch that. Go around this way.
So we are going to pause, as is our custom at Temple Shalom after the Amidah, to offer a Misha Berach, a prayer of healing. On the very, very back of the Siddur is the blessing if you'd like to follow along. But we'll share the names of the people we're thinking of in the congregation, and then I'll invite you, if there are other people that you are praying for healing, that you can include their names as well. So this Shabbat we're thinking of Richard Kozicki, Ashley and Nora Sneed, Tony Brookstone, Denise Huguet, Elazar Ben Shmuel Vidorit, Paul Sprackman, Eitan Paris, Sarah Gibson, Stanley Garfinkel, Maury Dozer, Sherry Fiedler, Lucy Tamayo, Frederick Fajardo, Marina, Karen Bernstein, Esther Brower, Shannon Wall, Itamar Ben Root, Reuven Pinchas Ben Zara, Adele, Virginia Edwards, Nini Rostoker-Shipman, Yeshayahu, Natalie Wormelli, Claire Columbia, Elizabeth, Janet Gelb, David Shlomo Gorney, and Andrea Yarisbiak. Again, if there are other people you're thinking of, if you want to stand or raise your hand.
That means we win. We won. We win 3-1. No, 4-1. No, 5-1.
bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say So I have just a few announcements I want to share with everyone about some upcoming events. First of all, our next gen group of people in 20s and 30s are invited to join for schwitzing at turf. I was actually, some of you maybe saw, driving down West 4th to get here, and I saw this like huge crowd of young adults on the sidewalk, and that was turf. I didn't know where it even was. But it's great. It's exercise. It's hello doggies. Exercise and hanging out, schmoozing. So that will be on the 20th of June, next Thursday, and that's connected with Access, the Young Adult Program Federation as well. The space is limited. Our sisterhood is having their closing tea and board installation on Sunday the 23rd in the Temple Garden outside. It should be lovely. That's at 2 p.m. And there's no cost, but you're invited to bring a dessert to share. You do need to sign up online. Our Shalom Shishim, our seniors group, has a wonderful event coming up on the 25th. It's a musical theater classics concert featuring Cantor Cohen and Adva Sudak and Kat Palmer. So that should be great. So there's a small charge for lunch, and you can register online or phone the office. Two last things. Our sisterhood is having a kayaking adventure on July 2nd here at just down the beach at Jericho Beach. Everybody is welcome to try. Tamara Heitner's here and is helping to kind of organize that. So sign up by Sunday the 23rd. And then most important probably for this group is the next Shabbat on the beach will be July 12th. And this, usually we do one in July and one in August. This summer we have no Shabbat without B'nai Mitzvah. So in August. So we decided to do one in June and one in July. So here we are. So July 12th, save the date, same place, same time. Anything else? Different people. Well, hopefully the same people and more. Okay. So I was trying to decide which story to tell tonight. And I was actually inspired by the lacrosse sticks, which maybe you'll see in a moment why I chose this story. Okay, this is one of my favorites. It so happened there was a town that had an incredible, beautiful house that no one usually ever went into. But once a year, it was opened for a beautiful, beautiful dinner party. But the thing was, people only knew about the dinner party, and no one had ever really been there before. But one of the residents of the town, her name was Rebecca. She dreamed of going, and she found out that the caretaker of the house was going to let her come in to see this dinner party. And as she was prepared to go, she put on a beautiful dress, and she just approached the house, and the caretaker opened the door and said, "I'm glad you're here, but I have to warn you, you're about to see the saddest thing you have ever seen in your life." Rebecca didn't know what to do. She said, "What? I don't understand. It's supposed to be so marvelous." And I came and I dressed. He said, "Don't worry. I just want you to have your expectations, to be realistic, but you're going to see something that's really difficult." So Rebecca said, "Okay, well, I'm here. I'm going to come see." So she went inside and she walked through the beautiful foyer and she walked into the dining room, and it was set with this long, long table with very, very fancy crystal goblets and beautiful dishes and cutlery and flowers. It was like imagine the fanciest table you've ever seen. And on the table there were also these dishes, platters and bowls and steaming plates full of really, really yummy looking food. And around the perimeter, the outside of the table, there were maybe about 20 seats. And each one of them was seated a person who was there and dressed very beautifully and looking really regal and wonderful. But the thing was, she saw that on everyone's face was a frown or a scowl. Some face that made them look so miserable. And she looked, she couldn't figure out what was going on. But then Rebecca noticed there was something strange about the people at the table. It wasn't just that they had sad looks on their faces. It was that, well, you're not going to believe this, but these people, they had no elbows. They couldn't bend their arms. They had no elbows. And because they had no elbows, they couldn't eat the delicious food. They couldn't get it into their mouths. And so they were just sitting there really, really mad because the food looked so good and smelled so good, and they were hungry and frustrated. Ugh. Rebecca just felt terrible. In fact, she said to the keeper of the house, I can't stand it anymore. I want to leave. He said, okay, but I want you to come back tomorrow. Are you sure? She said, it's not really a great, I thought I had these expectations, but it wasn't so good. He said, come back tomorrow. I promise it'll be a little different. So sure enough, same time the next night, wearing beautiful, beautiful clothing, she came, she knocked on the door. The housekeeper opened the door and said, please come in, Rebecca. I really am looking forward for you to meet everyone. And she came in and she saw the exact same setup. There were long tables, beautiful food, decorations, everything. The people were seated around the table. All 20 seats were filled with wonderful people. But guess what? This time, they were smiling. They were laughing. They were having fun. And guess what? They had no elbows.
What happened?
They also had no elbows, but they were having a great time. And she could see that between their laughter and conversation, they were chewing. They were eating, smacking their lips. And guess what? These people had figured out the secret to making sure that everyone had fun and that everyone had yummy food to eat. Because they took their spoons and they fed the person across the table, fed the person over here, and they all fed each other. And they realized that if they thought about the other people around the table and not just themselves, well, you can't do that if you don't have an elbow, but not just themselves, then everyone would have something to share. And she thought, wow, this is like the happiest place. She realized that even when there's lots and lots and lots of wonderful and beautiful and delicious things in the world, if we only care about feeding ourselves, it's not so good. But if we care about feeding the people around us, then everyone can be happy. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
And thanks to the lacrosse sticks, because they made me think of long sticks with no elbows. Okay. So, we are going to conclude our service, and maybe Yael and maybe Jen and Mary, if you want to pour the kiddush, that would be good. There's stuff in the blue bag under the table. Okay. But we're going to turn in our Sidurim to page 7. We'll invite everyone to please rise for Aleinu. Aleinu לשבח לדון הכל, ותקנו לעושי בראשית, שלא תנקו ארצות, ולא עשה בנו ככל be seated. So as we approach the time for memory and the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish, I want to share the names of the people we're remembering this Shabbat. And if you're here to remember a loved one, as I read their name, if you would rise as you honor their memory. In Shloshim for Michael Livni, Brian David Ross, Esther Rubin, and Agnes Shbeni. And we mark the yahrzeit of Morris Benjamin Agolnik, Gisela Balint, Faiga Bezprizvani, Miriam Bookbinder, Max Chiswick, Rick Clark, Elaine Cohen, Benjamin Crystal, Fanny Dworkin, Ruth Fraser, Henya Freiberg, Martha Friedlander, Max Fugman, Rosalind Groschler, Al Hirsch, Catherine Kennedy, Julius Curson, Kirk Kerner, Dr. Sam Landa, Benjamin Lehrer, Irving Levinson, Igor Leventhal, David Littner, Chaim Machikov, Ingrid O'Connor, Ida Austri, Isaac Jack Perrell, Yitzhak Isaac Perrell, Faye Smulian, Janet Dale Reback, Erwin Rivelis, Ron Rodberg, Leah Schneider, Rosalind Schwartz, Bernice Shaffron, Mel Shipman, Gideon Stein, Albert Steiner, Abram Tudenschlag, Shirley Unico, Leo Vines, Miriam White, Shirley Kornblum Zaks, Molly Zeidman, and Irene Zimbler. I invite you, if there are other people you're saying Kaddish for this Shabbat, if you would stand and share their names. We'll stand together as one community and invite those who are mourners, those whom it is their custom to join in these words at the bottom of page 7. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma dibrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chaye chon v'yomei chon v'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam v'lomei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitshemon v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'richu, le'elam im kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. V'aseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru, amen. May Zichanam livracha, may their memories always be a blessing. Amen. So I think what we're going to do is a closing song, and then we're going to invite everyone to gather kind of in a big circle around the picnic table so we can do Kiddush and Hamotzi together, and then we're going to sing Happy Birthday to Craig, if you can find him. Gather around. I think there's grape juice on the table.
If Yael's coming around with the real stuff.
Whoever wants Manischewitz, find Yael Schechter. Or Mary Kleiner's got it.
Once you've got it, food away so other people can cut. Would you like a cup? It's juice.
What can Miss do some happy birthday?
Singing along.
Oh yeah, right. Lee, there's Mary.
Okay, here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'retzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho le'avahu ratzon yivdahu, zikaron le'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom tefilah le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher letzias Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'chata, ve'atanu kidasha, mikol ha'amim, le'shabbat kodshecha, le'avahu ratzon, yivavanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Alex, can you do the honors? Motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. And where's Craig? Craig. Okay. He got injured. Still his birthday. But, okay, ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Craig. Happy birthday.
Hey, dear.